Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 34 of my Islandception series. Gotta tell you, I've been dreading this part a little bit because there is so much that I want to deal with at the top of this part that I'm afraid I'm going to forget something. First things first, I'm going to burn Coimbra down. We're about to leave this area pretty much for good, and she's starting to develop a navy. I just don't want to be vulnerable to that. I know we're way powerful, but we have the Aztecs and Greece to deal with. We need to be elsewhere. Um, so let us move this guy out, this guy over here. Um, we'll stay here until the city burns down. But let's get that started. We'll do this. Raise city, and choosing what to sell off when is going to be a bit challenging. We want to avoid happiness buildings. Okay, I wasn't sure if we could sell a forge or not. I think granary makes sense right off the bat. Well, temple's higher. Oh no, we're getting food. Okay, maybe I should have planned that part out. Okay, so there's that. We're going to change that. We're still going to stay strong here just to be able to hold the city. Let's see, what else? The navy that I was sending over to Cahokia, I don't think I'm going to send to Cahokia. I think what we should do is bay them here. That way we dissuade him from attacking us. And then when it comes time to attacking him, we can slide over here and just start hitting Gao. Same thing with this battleship up here. It has range and logistics, so even though we could only get to Gao from one tile here, it would be a really strong one that can hit twice. All these battleships in the bay can just slide over and hit Gao. With our planes focusing on Addis Ababa. Speaking of planes focusing on Addis Ababa, if you'll notice, we have enough money to buy a bomber, so I'm going to do that in the capital so we can benefit from all the promotions that comes with that. We're focusing on city now. We had the first, I think it was 5 focus on units strength instead of city. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 5 and rebase them to Teotihuacan, and then rebase the city strong ones in Cali. And if you'll allow me to just focus on the execution of that maneuver, I will explain in just a moment. It's going to take a couple turns just to shuffle them all. Now we're at full capacity here, but that one is city strong, so we're going to come down here and let's see here. This one is also city strong, and that frees up a couple slots up there, which means we have a unit strong one. But we don't want to move that yet, simply because next turn we'll have 2 that are city strong moving in here. So I'm just going to sit on that configuration for now. We can make the rest of the moves in a couple of turns. Let's just double check this real quick. Of the 2 that can move, the top one is unit strong. I'm sorry, I keep hitting escape there. And the reason is because the way I see things going is as soon as we hit nuclear fission, we'll have our expands start building atomic bombs. And I took a glimpse. It looks like Hastings, because it's fast, haste, get it? Can build an atomic bomb at twice the rate as York and Nottingham. So if we have Hastings get right on that and this get right on this, we can have 4 atomic bombs right away. Well, not right away. It's going to take some time. But in that time, while they're doing that, London can finish up with the last of our planes. It's not going to take long at all. And then it can build a carrier. Since we have Alhambra and all the XP buildings here, that carrier will be born with the ability to carry 5 objects. We'll move it onto the bay here, load all 4 bombs, and then escort it down here where we could drop a couple bombs on Addis Ababa, which will free up space on it, which means these planes can board on here, and then we can actually carry them over there. And then, while that's happening, we can, make more bombs, make another carrier, whatever, something along those lines. Also, over fighting in Egypt, that shouldn't take too much longer. We already have 3 of these that have the range. He's got a unit here. You know, hopefully we can get a little bit of practice, get another one up with range. But once we're done with Egypt, we'll probably get started right in on Greece. Um, they are not exactly on par with the Aztecs, but they've been a bit more untouchable to us. And since we're getting battleships with range, we can attack Mumbai, which means we can hit any units around Mumbai. We can reach Corinth. We could probably. This is what I want to do. With the what I was calling the Cahokia Navy after we're done with Gao, we can send it over in this bay. Athens can only be reached by 1 boat, so we don't really need to be all that strong in here. We don't need to be all that strong in here. But this Navy, when it's done with Egypt, can focus almost exclusively on Greece. Now, for this reason, I want to move our spies around. We no longer need a spy in Thebes because our boats can see Thebes. So we'll move this over to Mumbai. Let's see. We don't need visibility into Tlatelolco, so let's move that to Athens. Okay, there's that as a spy. If you look at our city-states, Leventa does decay relatively quick. Genoa, not so much. Well, I mean it does, but we're further ahead. So the one that's in Genoa we can safely move, and let's move that to Corinth. Thought I had this planned out because if we have visibility here, here, and here, we can kind of see units and kill them. Over here, it's going to be really hard to influence. We'll have to wait till the carrier comes over, drops off. We'll have a second carrier behind. They can play relay. We can refill with planes as needed. I'm just trying to think long term. We don't really need eyes in Gao because we can get it from a boat here. However, if there's any units over here, see, we can actually see there's a stack of 4 aircraft. So that's stuff that could be hitting our stuff. So yeah, I do think putting it in Gao would be the way to go. So let's just do that. That would be under Aztec's control. So there it is. Okay, so there's all of that. Now, in keeping with that, we're going to need somebody to capture Gao. And I don't think Lancer is going to cut it, since he's got a bunch of planes. He could just bomb the Lancer if he could see it. I did notice that this tile we could land from the water, and this tile he couldn't see us. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, assuming all the units were dead there. But there is going to be a delay. There's going to be gaps, so I'm thinking London could spit out some paratroopers too, and that's something that might be helpful. Like from here, we could 2, 4, 6, 8, and if they had, you know, altitude training, we can come in or something like that. Obviously, they can't move and capture same turn, but or paradrop because we don't have Alhambra. So I do think those are overall my thoughts. We're going to have trouble getting somebody over to capture Athens. I think I'll go after Greece. I'll start the war as soon as I'm done with Egypt, but we're going to be a little weak in the east until we're done with the Aztecs and can move our Gao Navy over there. So what we can do in the meantime is we do have scraps over here. We're probably not going to be at war with China for too much longer. So once that's over, we could actually take 2 of these boats away. We might not need, you know, protection in this bay. I don't know. As we saw before, going to war with Greece is very problematic because he's got so many city-states. We did what we could to whittle down their navies earlier, but obviously they could have restocked. We'll have this navy coming from in here, so we can do with these 2 city-states after we're done tearing up Mumbai as much as we can. Okay, these horses come into our range, and let's see here. I'm seeing 2 Gatling guns and 2 riflemen. Okay, that's fine. Should we hit the Gatling gun? Should we hit this? Oh, he's okay. He can be hit with bombard. So yeah, let's hit the Gatling gun. I thought it was another one of those situations where the XP bar was so low it didn't even look like it was an XP bar. Okay, so there's that, and that. Killed a Portuguese spy, don't care. It's a new turn, so let's go to Coimbra and sell something off. Aqueduct seems to be a good idea. We'll switch to production focus and research. Well, no, let's do the international games while we're burning. Alright, we're going to specialize in city, and then we're going to move these two down to Teotihuacan. There's that one, and there's that one. So of all the ones that are here, they're all unit specialized. The ones that can actually move. So next turn we'll move two that are city specialized down here, and we'll have to play that balance out some way. I forget if that might be worth looking into. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, so the ones that are coming down to Cali can actually be rebased into Tenochtitlan. So in the future, that's what we'll do. We can get this sorted out now, but the new ones that get made will come to Tenochtitlan and then rebase down there. Alright, so we'll build, let's see here, we've got 6 planes, 4 planes, we need 2 more. We have enough money to buy one, so let's do that. Come on. Buy a bomber, build a bomber. There we go. And of course that bomber's going to need promoted, city specialization, there we go. Leventil no longer needs investors, and Samarkand desires why. Enemy is near. Okay. Oh, he, Zona controlled me. Well, up here it looks like he's giving me another worker, so we'll take that. And there's also one down here. Okay, so we should definitely be able to get some XP. Let's see. This is one of the ones without range. So well, this one has no range either, right? So we can just hit that one shot. Wow. Okay. And then he hits here. We don't want to finish it off with, well, I suppose we could. Looks like we could. He doesn't need to be full health, and we've got other tiles we can pillage around here, so in fact, let's go do that now. Speaking of which, there's uranium here, so let's do that. One of the things we're going to have to do if we're going to have oh, look at that. We actually got... I knew the border was going to grow. Did I miss the notification? I thought it was all water tiles, but yeah, this is only 2, and this is 4, so we can get some kind of rotation going. So let's see here. Museum is finished here. We'll start the international games, but once we have nuclear fission, we'll get on top of bombs. Same thing here. As soon as his units let up, this worker can actually come down here and get started on that. There's also oil here. So what I'll actually do is hop back in the water, come over here, and the moment he relaxes, we can let up on that. Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll have this ironclad start coming down to help the Navy that's coming into Greece, because once we actually start attacking down here, we do have... in fact, let's get this guy over here. He can be eyes, he can capture. Yeah, let's do that. That's what I meant to do. This is what I was saying about loathing the start of this thing. There were so many things I wanted to do as far as changing units and stuff. Let's see, he's on the rails. This one is tearing up roads. So do that. And then we got this road to tear up, this oil, and then I guess it will be... Alright, you go to sleep, you go to sleep, you go to sleep, you go to sleep. Let's see, might as well pop out here for visibility since we're not... Alright, cargo ship. Let's take a look at York, 65 hammers, 60, despite the fact that it's got a... hydro plant. Interesting. Alright, so we'll send that to Nottingham as hammers. And the reason being is we already have 3 boats being sent to London. You can't send a food boat, and every boat can only have one, or excuse me, every city direction can only have one. So Hastings can only send one trade route of any kind. You can't send a boat and a caravan. So 3 are already going to London from here. And yeah, we could include Beijing, but we don't have eyes over here. There's just no need for it. Oh, okay, we don't need this guy heading over there. We already got this guy in Heliopolis. I forgot about that. So he will come down and be our eyes in the bay. I see a privateer. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, it's time to keep unloading into Thebes. There we go. This worker... Oh, you know what? This is not a machine gun, but we don't have the money because we were buying planes. Alright, oversight on my part. Worker stays put. Plane, go to sleep, go to sleep. Alright, so we'll just have these guys bay up. I don't like that we're already seeing infantry, but we have a very strong navy. And we'll get the one over here. In fact, we could do that now, right? How many movement points do you actually have? 9. So we would want it to be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm just going to click on that. I don't like to do automated movements, but that way I won't even have to think about it. So he'll go get stashed in Lisbon. We already sold something this turn. He's hanging out until that is finished. He's just going to go to alert. This guy already has altitude training. I was going to send him down here in the south. He is artillery after all, and we still can. Okay, battleship. We are actually at war with China here. We'll come in here for visibility. You have range. You do not. We had swapped them around because of a unit inland. So he hits, he hits, he hits. Okay, and we will come back down here. He will come up here for now. Let's see, that all looks good, I think. So I guess this is where we would like to keep our eyes peeled. Okay, she's willing to make peace, or willing to give us a city. So let's get furs. There's lots of people that want furs, and 48 lump sum gold. Gold per turn, she's got 74. Alright, we'll try 70. No. 60. 50. 40. I'm adding the 1 just because it's easier to do one-handed. 1, 4. No. 12. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm just trying to make it easier for typing. 9. Alright, that will do. Okay, so now we're getting furs, which I think a lot of people have been asking for. And of course, now we can trade with her and stuff. We're not done with you. There's another caravan here. So we could probably go get that, right? Nuclear fission is here. Alright, so first things first. Let's go down here. We'll upgrade this to machine gun, and then we'll go around upgrading our machine guns to bazookas. Let's do the places where we're singular. Oh, war is over here, so he can move, upgrade, move, like so. We'll upgrade one of these. Where else? There's a singular one over here, right? Yes. And that leaves us with gold for 2 more. I guess these 2, right? And then we go into, not that city, but the other cities, and switch our projects to atomic bomb. Takes 7 in Hastings. I thought it was quicker than that. 10 and 9. Okay. Huh. I thought it was quicker than that. I'm not sure why. Well, the boat that we ended was the one that was feeding Hastings, so this is the production we are left with. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was double. It wasn't. It clearly isn't. We might be able to use gold to compensate. Like by the time this one spits out second one, we can buy a third, and then we'll have 5 total. Load up the boat fully, kind of thing. Ooh, logistics. Okay. Well, this will be the one that we send over to antagonize Athens then, because we only have 2 double tappers right now, and one is on the inland lake. Similarly, he can start heading over, because we're pretty much not going to need him anymore. And you stay there for visibility along there. That helps make the transit. Oh, okay, look at this. Lots and lots and lots of We Love the King days for furs. Nottingham Rose. It almost would be worthwhile to make this an unemployed citizen for the hammer rather than the 2 food. So let's just do that. Let's see, peace treaty expired. Furs connected for Okay, well that's interesting because we've been bullying them all game long. Good, there's still a unit because these are both still unranged. So that is good. He only needs to move 1 hex. And then he can move there. Okay. And okay, so this one now will have range. So we have the 4 with range that we would want to have range. So he's going to pillage. And I don't think we capture this turn, right? No, absolutely not. Maybe next turn. Probably next turn. So let us get on the road. Get the best visibility. Speaking of road, we'll come over here. We'll just have to... Actually, we can end up right here, so we'll intercept it naturally. He's going to do up the uranium. Horses don't matter, so I guess next would be to repair this gold, right? Makes sense to me. Okay, tech-wise, I was thinking before, I was talking about coming to combustion for the land ships for capture units, but we already have the ability to make paratroopers, so as far as capture units goes, we're covered. Having the option for land ship is nice, and then of course this is also where the upgrade for destroyer is. The only reason I would do differently than this is that we do have hotels and stadiums here, but I think we can bring this to a close a little bit quicker than that for the happiness or tourism to matter. It's just in the background, happiness is a looming specter, so we gotta be mindful of that. All right, Coimbra, we can sell another building off. Now would be a good time for temple. It's high maintenance. And 6, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll definitely be able to sell something every turn. So, okay, so he can go back to where he was. In fact, maybe he comes over here for eyes in the bay. That makes sense to me. He's our eyes in this bay. That seems a little better. He's coming down to help out with all of that. We can make it to there, so we might as well. Hi, China. You're lucky we're not still at war. Alright, alert up. Actually, let's take a look at these. These are all part of the initial veteran army, if I'm not mistaken. So they do all have range. Alright, those are all dealt with now. We're going to tuck him away. He's waiting for Coimbra. In fact, he can be our reminder. Alright, we're no longer at war. We can safely dangle him. You only have the 1 movement point left. We'll just keep bouncing our visibility there. This was the guy that is ripping up roads. And let's see, he's a city specialist. So we move down here. And do we have another one here? We put all the ones that weren't to sleep, so that's the easiest way to find it. Okay, we're full up here, so we do have at least 1 more. I think it was just the 1 more, but we can check. Yeah, because there was only 5 that were unit specialists. This one is a city specialist. We rebase in Tenochtitlan, and should be able to rebase here next turn. That'll fill that up, and then when we're done with London, we can either rebase here directly or indirectly. So we are pretty much done with that. Okay, riflemen here, which we cannot reach unless we... came into the bay. So while we're here, let's move this. We can reach here. We have range, and that's exactly what we need. So there's that. And we actually finish up with him next turn. So that worker should be good to go. Unfortunately, this is jungle, so we'll get on that. Alright, this oil is finished. So he's coming to rip up the road, and then he can start on the oil. So maybe we have this guy come and do a trading post. Once Coimbra's burned down, I probably will burn down Tlacopan. He was coming down. Oh, actually, he's going all the way down to Cali. He's going back to Cali. Okay. Oh, there's lots of stuff we could sell her. We'll take all her money. Pardon me. Throat's drying out. Get on that. Oh, she's going to play that game. Oh, you know what? I think it's the lack of embassies. Let's test that theory. That's usually what I do first. It's never had been a problem before. There we go. Alright, so maybe in the future when I see them saying that, that's the problem, is the lack of embassies. At this point, it doesn't really do too much for relations. But apparently it makes a difference between willing to offer 3 and pretending like nothing would do. Actually, it might be more interesting to leave our eyes over by Kyoto. Oh, okay, yeah. So we're just going to have him 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We'll just have him alert up. Yep. And we'll keep eyes over here because I kind of want to know where that rifleman goes. 100 from the caravan. And that means we are cleared to go ahead and make peace with Ramses after we capture Thebes. How are our spies doing? Establishing surveillance. We'll have eyes everywhere we want to next turn. There's range. So I'll move him over there. Oh, maybe that was premature. Whatever. No, because we'll shoot from this side first because we want these boats to come around. Demands cocoa. Demands cocoa. Cotton, sugar, ended. Okay, so our gold per turn just got cut in about a third. That's worth noting. And we lost sugar and cotton, but we do have the sugar from where Pharsalos picked it up. That's why our happiness is not doing too bad. Hong Kong longs for culture. We will satisfy that. Riga is in awe of you. Okay. Don't care much. Gizzle looks elsewhere. Not sure what they're talking about there. Let's see. So now that all that's done, there's nothing to sell him. Okay. Artist here we can capture. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well. And there's nobody else to shoot that I can see. I mean, we can come down here for eyes, because there was a Gatling gun down here. Did he just pull away altogether? That might be the case. Okay. Well, we'll come out here then. Alright. Steal that for sure. And then let's unload. Oh, wow. Okay. So we will have... It looks like we will have one that doesn't get to shoot. And that leaves us with... Come on. 1. So shooting again would not yield XP. Although we could hit this. Because until both of these get over, the fact that one's back... Well, that's not true. We can declare war on Greece at will. Is that accurate? No. So we'll tell him off now. Alright, that cheesed him off. Good deal. So we should be able to capture the city from here, yes? Cool. There we go. Create puppet. What do we got here? Uffizi. That's interesting. No harbor, so no city connection. That's unfortunate. Monastery is not happiness. We've got 2, 4 happiness there. 5. No, not 6. So 5. Relatively bad city. But it does give us a lot of resources. So we will get on top of that. And I do think we are pretty much ready to make peace with him. Alright. Well, I'm torn what to do with this guy. Originally, I was going to have him be like home defense for Kyoto, but Kyoto's far enough away from Greece that I think being home defense for Pharsalos makes more sense. If nothing else, we get eyes a little bit further in from where we want. Speaking of which, yeah, this is the same turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and make peace with Egypt. Negotiate peace. What will end this conflict? He is willing to give a city. Oh, and look at that. He's got the coveted cocoa that everybody keeps asking about. So we'll try to take all of his money as well. Oops. What did I just click on? Luxury resources? I don't even know. 23 gold per turn. Yep. We'll throw on an embassy just in case. There we go. Alright. So we also had a lot of people asking for cocoa. And gold is not bad. Speaking of which, let us take a look at machine guns. One got overlooked, and then of course the other one had just been upgraded. So, and I wanted to see something. 60 to 85. Look at that, almost 50% stronger for only 60 gold. This has got to be one of the most efficient upgrades in the game. Let's see, we got a couple of archaeologists finishing up. Tourism, please. Yep. Tourism, please. Take a look at what we got going on here. Let's see. Aztecs. Nope. England. Yeah, one of these said England. So maybe that's why it split them up, because there automatically was no theming opportunity. If so, that would be pretty handy. And just a reminder, the museum is the one building that does give partial credit. If you satisfy 2 out of the 3 requisites, it will do that. Okay. So this scout should probably head down here and get eyes. Seeing Great War Infantry and stuff. We're going to blow up whatever we can. Here's a caravan. He's going to get eyes in the bay. Caravan here. Okay. Very good. Okay, that works out really nice. Really nice. So we'll have the scout tap into Egypt's road network, get into the water, come down here, maybe plunder a couple of caravans along the way. Not much he can do. We can get some gold online there. Coimbra. Let's see here. That's happiness. That's happiness. This is not happiness, so we'll do that. Okay. He's just going to go to sleep in there. We don't have anything for him. Bazooka. We're going to have a lot of bazookas asking what to do. We're just going to alert them all up. Originally we were here and put him away here. Although we no longer need to be a little strong to the west in case of barbarians, because her borders have extended quite a bit, as have ours. So, alright. This is the one that's heading towards Athens. This one can be home defense or whatever we choose. He's just dancing for visibility. Oh, you know what? We actually no longer have a archaeologist here, so I should be dancing in that direction now. He's coming over here. It is nice to know that they're doing their privateer thing again. So he'll go over here. Mostly we just want to be a little strong over here come time. There's a privateer here we'd like to blow up if possible. Alright, these guys get put to sleep. Oh, you get put to sleep too. Just get together on that, I don't care. You are ripping up road, and then we'll get started on more oil. We already have way more oil than we need, so that's fine. This bomber is city strong. It gets rebased down in Cali. That's 6. The one the capital's building will be 6 here. And we will be good to go as far as that is concerned. Yeah, so in the time it takes us to finish this and build a carrier, all these will be finishing up, and we'll have enough money to just buy another nuke to put on it. And then we'd have 5 total. I don't know. I don't know if we want to wait for this one to finish up, or we just... Because we got more uranium coming in. By my count, we'll have a total of 10. So, you know, doing it in shifts seems to work out. We'll just put him to sleep. That's boring, so he doesn't have much in the way of range. And there we go. Let's see. Trade marble. Okay, so that wasn't a joke. 4. Interesting. Okay. At this point in the game, anybody that's willing to get 4 instead of 3 is interesting to me. Alrighty. So we are done with Egypt in perpetuity. I believe this was the turn that we told him off. Oh, he's got planes now too, huh? Great War Bomber. Okay, that is good to know. We'll have our spies online next turn, so we'll have a clearer picture of how many planes he has. I wasn't thinking about that, but that's okay. We'll have a set of 4 nukes coming out. Initially, probably only take 2 to do Addis Ababa, come over, do Athens, build some paratroopers in the meantime, get them all around, etc., etc. So really, it's more of a problem with logistics. Maybe it would be worth moving an infantry down here. I don't know. He had a stack of planes here before. I think we can wait for the paratroopers. Or not. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.